everyone, Jasper here from Marco, and we're back to a new Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time video. And today, it is time to rank my boss fight list on Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time. Ranking the best to worst bosses in Crash 4 It's About Time. Now, I could just tell you, I loved all the bosses in Crash 4. They were epic. Definitely my favorite of the series of them. But there's definitely some, I think, of course, there has to be some that didn't really stand out to be my favorite. So let's see what they are with my top 5. Top 5 only this time. Ranking the worst to best boss fights in Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time. Let's go. Number 5. Best engine, basically known as the first boss in the game. Engine's weapon of mass percussion, which was a great first boss. I could just tell you, it's the first great boss, and definitely some tricky patterns that you have to do, but once you do it, kind of like a Guitar Hero. It's basically a Guitar Hero, but in Crash. It's basically a Guitar Hero, but in Crash Bandicoot. Which makes sense, because Activision did own the rights to Guitar Hero a long time ago, so it kind of makes sense. But all you pretty much had to do is just hit those screaming minions that just, it's like they drank too much coffee or too much sugar and on a sugar rush or something into the stereos that's releasing some kind of beams, and you gotta make the mass percussion knock down in order to hit Engine. Hit him 4 times, you win. And also, you use Lani Lowly, because you gotta face shift the platforms up your way to the Master of Mass Percussion. But, again, it's a really decent boss, and definitely really good for Engine. Especially for the first boss. I mean, it is the first boss as well, so, of course, that's a plus as well. But not really what I had in mind on this list. Number 4, I would have to just say number 4, worst, or not really one of, definitely my favorite, is Force times the Charm. This is third boss fight, main boss fight in the game, which is against Cortex. Now, it is very tricky, but I would have to put it in my worst list, just because, well, again, it really doesn't stand out the best to me. It really doesn't stand out the best to me. I mean, you do use Akunawa. You do use Akunawa on this boss fight, and each part, I think it probably should have gotten probably a little bit more, like, probably more phases, a lot more phases and stuff, but overall, I would have to put this on, just in my opinion, though. Number 3, best, Dr. Nitrous Brio. Y'all probably saw this coming. Right? Y'all probably saw this coming. Dr. Nitrous Brio. Dr. Nitrous Brio is back, but this time, more prepared than ever. And basically, it's just I would probably have to say, kind of, at least the first phase. The first half of the fight is, of course, kind of like just a reuse the same of Crash 1. But this time, the purple stuff, the purple ooze and stuff, actually spread. And then you go into an inverted kind of feel, but it's really not inverted. And it just gets crazy from there, which is epic. And then, of course, after that, you get to the big boy, which Embryo drinks his potions, and he turns into that ginormous creature that he's known for. And you just gotta, all you have to do with that point is, this time, instead of jumping on his head, you have to use a kano to spin and to knock him off of the platform. Do that 3 times and you win. Definitely the best, one of the best of Embryo, especially in the main series. I really hope to see more of this guy, especially Embryo, especially teaming up with Cashe, right? Because, well, he really doesn't team up with Cortex a lot. So I would love to see him team back up with Cashe. But overall, definitely a best, really well done fight, in my opinion. At number 2, kind of worst. I know a lot of y'all probably think I'm crazy of putting this on my list, but well, this is of course my list, but both Cortex boss fights were definitely good, but probably not are not on my list. Not on my list. I definitely love these boss fights of Cortex. Definitely, don't get me wrong, definitely the best, just not on this list. And what he does on the final boss fight, he uses all the quantum mass against you in different phases. And then after you do each phase, which of course, Lani Lowly faces the stuff, the platforms in and out of resistance. And then once you hit the jump on the jump-o-matic, once, yeah, completely, you can hit the lab assistant and knock it into the Cortex. And then he'll shoot lasers at you. Yeah. And then Ika Ika was, of course, basically the same thing, but upside down. Flipped around. Akunawa, you have to time it just perfectly, and the platforms are much harder to do. And then Akano, basically lasers just being fired everywhere. But I can't wait to see how Cortex's boss fight is going to be in Crash 5. Right. And of course my number 1 best has to be the in Trophy's boss fight. I mean, why not? Right? I mean, it was just absolutely fantastic. And Trophy with his girlfriend, of what I call it. Basically, it's just in Trophy's self from a different universe, but I still call it his girlfriend. But it's very straightforward. Definitely very straightforward, and I love it. Basically, you use Akunawa to, all the way to the, rift generator. And then you have to use Ika Ika to, basically avoid the stuff that they're firing at you and destroying the security lasers, too. But, again, it's a pretty good boss fight. Which, yeah, definitely my favorite boss fight in the whole game of Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. And I cannot wait to see how the boss fights are going to be in Crash 5. Could the Crash 5 boss fights be better? Or what? As well. We are just going to have to wait and see. Most likely until after next year with the new Spyro game. But I can't wait to see how the Crash 5 boss fights are going to be. Could they be better than Crash 4's boss fights? Look, we're going to have to find out and see when Crash 5 comes. So thank you for watching. And let me know, do you agree with my list? What is your list? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.
Curse you, bandicoots. for our backpacks. Lions.
Right then, let's plug up these holes.
Boy, not that it ain't been fun, but about my ticket home.
Right. Now that we've mended things, we can take you anywhere, anywhen, after we rest. For now, I can only get us as far as the culinary capital of the universe, Neon City.
Nacho.